Hello everybody, and welcome to the Hunter-Gatherer channel. And today, this is our project. It's a Ithaca Model 37 Deerslayer in 20 gauge. And I'm going to be putting this Vortex Crossfire red dot scope on it. I had it drilled and tapped and put a rail on because the old, I don't think it's really fiber optic, it's just a orange plastic. Reminds me of the Light Bright pieces, if you know what I'm talking about. That might be going way back for some of you. Anyway, and it just doesn't really pick up light very well, and it's pretty hard to see in the rear sight aperture. So I was looking to try to find like a halo style sight with a fiber optic on the front, and I talked to my daughter and asked her if she would rather have open sights with like a halo sight on the back or a red dot. We looked at both options and she said she'd rather a red dot. So I had to go get it drilled and tapped, and we ordered this red dot here. I'm going to install that and we're going to go sight it in. We live in Western New York, and you can use rifle here. You might wonder why we picked up a shotgun, but there was a few different reasons. One is my aunt, she has some property, and she is adamant no rifles. So we picked up a shotgun for that purpose. Another reason is Brielle is a lefty, and that's why I went with this option, because it's bottom feed and bottom eject. There's no side ports from the chamber, so the ejection and loading is from the bottom. This is an older gun. I believe it's from the 60s. And I picked it up on Gunbroker, and it was a pretty good deal. And so that's why I went with it. It's a fully rifled slug barrel. So you have to shoot sabots, and they're a little difficult to find right now. But I did find some. I've bought like 6 or 7 boxes of 2 different brands. And we're going to see which one this old gun likes today. I think I've installed 3 of these Vortex Crossfire red dot scopes. One on Remington 1187 20 gauge, one on a Remington 870 12 gauge, and we're going to throw one on this Ithaca now. They just seem to be a pretty good scope for the money. I think it was like 140 bucks. It comes with this high bracket pre-mounted that you can just throw on your rail, and it gives you a little bit higher positioning, and you can see through this to your sights underneath. That way you can use it or use your open sights. And they also send this smaller bracket that takes place of the other one, and that way, instead of being able to co-witness between your open sights and your red dot, you're just going to use the red dot only, but it gets your head down a little lower. This is the way we're going to go. They send everything that you need with this scope. You get your little Torx wrench, you get a battery, you get new screws. So this is the base that came off, and this is the base that's going on. And there's just a little square here, and it goes into this slot, 4 screws. I'm going to use blue Loctite. Or whatever thread locker you want to use. We use the blue stuff. I'm going to put it on all 4 screws here, and I'm also going to put it on the screw that goes back and forth. I'm not sure about all the red dots, but my Vortex Venom and my Vortex Crossfire red dots take a CR 2032 battery. And they pop right into place, nice and clean, and then you just screw on the cover. All right, we're ready to go. Now, time to go sight it in. I'm up at the local range. It's the Canasarega Conservation Club, and they have, I believe it's a 20 50, 100, 150, and 200 yard targets. There's 4 shooting benches. Got a little building here with some heat, and if you need to get in and warm up. And this is a really nice little area to just take your time and work on sighting in your shotgun or rifle. And it's pretty cheap. I think it's like $30 a year to have membership here. So if you guys are local or girls are local, it's something to check into if you like to shoot. This shotgun is an Ithaca Model 37 Deerslayer 20 gauge. When I purchased it off a gunbroker, I'm pretty sure it said that it had a rifled slug barrel. And so I went out and bought a bunch of sabot slugs, like 15 or 20 boxes, just so that I knew I had some. Anyhow, when I got it, it has a smooth bore. Now I have a whole bunch of sabot slugs. I have an 1187 with a rifled barrel, so at least I'm stocked up, I guess. I had to go and buy some actual rifled slugs, and these are Winchester Super X 20 gauge, 2 3/4, 3/4 ounce. So that's what we're going to be using out of this. And I'm starting at the 20 yard target just to get us close, and then I'm going to move to the 50, and then I'm going to shoot a couple at the 100. Time to load her up and earplug up and put some on paper. I usually do a 3-shot group just to get a good pattern and see where it's at, or a good grouping, and then move it. But as I'm this close, I'm just going to take 1 shot and get me close to the center on the second shot. I'll adjust it, and then when we get to the 50, I'll really try to zero it in a little bit. As you can see from the GoPro footage, I'm about 1.5 inches to the right and 1.5 inches low. The cool thing about these Vortex scopes, they have like a screwdriver in the cover. So I want to go to the right 1.5 inches. I know with the red dot I don't think it's an issue, but with the reticle I'll usually tap a little bit. All right, let's see what we got. All right, and that is about dead center, right to left, and just a touch high. I'm okay with that. I'm going to move over to the 50 yard target and continue to bring her in. I moved over a couple benches because it's more in line with the target, and now I'm going to work on this 50 yard shot and see how it looks. I'm going to take 2 shots here and take a look at how close they are. Go take a peek. Here we are at the 50 yard target, and that was the first shot, and that was the second shot, and so we're looking about, well, from dead center, 1, 2, 3.5 inches high, And that one, you know, could have been a flyer, could have pulled. I don't know. So I think I'm gonna drop it down some. I just don't know what it's gonna do at 100. Not that she's really gonna shoot at 100, but I'm gonna drop it down. Maybe the same clicks as I moved it up earlier. Maybe bring it down like 6 clicks. What I'm thinking is 1 click is a 1/4 inch at 100 yards. So at 50 yards, I think you need double the clicks. I'm gonna bring it down 6, shoot 1 more shot, and see if we like it. And then I'm gonna take a couple shots at 100, and I think we should be good. All right, I just brought it down 6 clicks, and I'm gonna take 1 more shot and see where this one hits, and then I'm gonna focus on the 100 yard and just see what happens there. All right, I'm gonna go take a peek again. After that shot, I feel like the one that was a flyer is actually the one that was center, left, and right, because this one was directly under the one to the left. So I'm gonna bump it over a little bit more to the right. 1 more shot. That looked perfect up and down. I'm gonna bring it about 6 clicks over and see what it looks like. I decided to implement the Lead Sled 3. I've got 2 25-pound weights on it because it said it can take 25-pound weights. I'm going to take 3 shots at the 100-yard target, the paper target on the left, and just kind of see how it does, so we have a reference point for 100-yard shots. All right, let's go check it out. Here's the damage on the 100-yard target. Quite a bit low. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 inches low at 100. I might tinker with it a little bit more because I feel like the last 2 shots that I took at 50 were also low. So I think if I bring it up some at the 50, it'll also bring it up at the 100. I don't know if I want to bring it up 8 inches. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll bring it up on the 100, and then we'll see where it's hitting at 50. I brought it up a few more clicks, and I'm pretty confident in this at 50 to 75 yards, and I think it'll still do 100. I didn't shoot it again at the 100-yard mark, but at 50, I shot again off camera, and it looks good. So this thing is ready for deer season. It's ready for Brielle to have something walk in front of her. She's got a doe tag and a buck tag. So if you guys stay tuned to the content coming up, we've got a week and a day from tomorrow. A week and a day from tomorrow will be opening day, and hopefully you'll be able to see her grinning, gripping and grinning with a nice buck, or maybe holding some ears on a doe. One or the other. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you have an Ithaca Deerslayer, let me know down in the comments what you think about it. So far, I really enjoy it. I know a lot of people talk about them and how great they are, and they're their favorite gun or their first gun. And so I wanted to put one into into our selection of guns at the house. And with Brielle being a lefty, this works out perfect for her. So anyways, that's the end of the video. Just want to let you know we love you. God loves you. We'll see you on the next one. Happy shooting, happy hunting, and hopefully you have some success this year. All right, take it easy. Do you want something to rest on, or?
No.
All right.
I pulled on that one.
If you pulled on that one, you should do that every time. Well, you got 2 in the target. 1 really high. 1 I don't see. I think that's the one you said I pulled that time.
I pulled the last 2 times because the first one hurt.
I could tell the first one hurt. Yeah.